Question 1. A 45-year-old woman presented with tingling sensation of lateral 3 digits with loss of sensation of base of thumb on the dorsal aspect of the hand. Which is the nerve involved? A. Radial nerve. B. Ulnar nerve. C. Median nerve. D. An. The correct answer is A. Radial nerve. Explanation. The tingling sensation in the lateral 3 digits, thumb, index, and middle fingers, along with loss of sensation at the base of the thumb on the dorsal aspect of the hand suggests involvement of the superficial branch of the radial nerve. Question 2. Which of the following is the afferent limb of corneal reflex? A. Optic nerve. B. Facial nerve. C. Trigeminal nerve. D. Trochlear nerve. The correct answer is C. Trigeminal nerve. Explanation. The corneal reflex involves both an afferent, sensory, and an efferent, motor, limb. Question 3. Which is the type of cartilage present in the histology section given below? A. Hyaline cartilage. B. Elastic cartilage. C. Articular cartilage. D. Fibrocartilage. The histological section shown depicts hyaline cartilage, making the correct answer A. Hyaline cartilage. Question 4. Identify the structure marked X in the image given below. A. Buccopharyngeal fascia. B. Capsule superior. C. Constrictor muscle. D. Pharyngobasilar fascia. The structure marked as X in the given image corresponds to the pharyngobasilar fascia. Answer: D. Pharyngobasilar fascia. Question 5. Identify the defect in the given image. A. Open neural tube defect. B. Meningoencephalocele. C. Occult spina bifida. D. Encephalocele. Correct answer is A. Open neural tube defect. It indicates a failure of the neural tube to close properly during embryonic development, often leading to exposed neural tissue. Question 6. A young male presented with weakness of lower half of the right side of face with drooping of angle of mouth. He is not able to raise his eyebrows and close eyes on both sides. Which of the following is the most appropriate diagnosis? A. Infranuclear facial palsy on right side. B. Supranuclear facial palsy on right side. C. Infranuclear facial palsy on left side. D. Supranuclear facial on right side. The clinical features described suggest infranuclear facial palsy, also known as lower motor neuron facial palsy. LMN facial palsy affects both the upper and lower parts of the face on the affected side. Hence, the correct diagnosis is A. Infranuclear facial palsy on right side. Question 7. Identify the defect in the given image. A. ERB palsy. B. Congenital hypoplasia of orbicularis oculi. C. Infranuclear facial palsy of left side. D. Supranuclear palsy. Question 8. Identify the marked area in the image given. A. Morrison's pouch. B. Vesicutrine pouch. C. Pouch of Douglas. D. Ischioanal fossa. If the image appears to show a region in the pelvic cavity located between the rectum and the uterus in females, it most likely corresponds to the pouch of Douglas, also known as the rectouterine pouch. This is the lowest point in the peritoneal cavity in females, where fluid or infections may collect. Correct answer: C. Pouch of Douglas. Question 9. Identify the lymphatic structure from the histology section given below. A. Tonsil. B. Lymph node. C. Spleen. D. Thymus. Based on the histology section in the provided image, the structure shows lobulated architecture with clear compartments, cortex and medulla differentiation, The likely presence of Hassel's corpuscles, characteristic of the thymus. These features indicate the lymphatic structure is the thymus. Correct answer, D. Thymus. Question 10. Histological section is given below. Identify the marked cells. A. Stellate cells. B. Basket cells. C. Purkinje cells. D. Granular cells. The marked cells in the image are Purkinje cells. Here are some key features that help identify them. Large size and pear-shaped. Dendritic arborization. Single axon. Question 11. What is the most likely cause of blood at the meatus in a patient with suspected trauma? A. Bladder rupture. B. Straddle injury. C. Penile fracture. D. Renal trauma. Correct answer. B. Straddle injury. Explanation. Blood at the meatus is often seen in cases of urethral injury, which can occur secondary to a straddle injury, blunt trauma to the perineum that compresses the urethra against the pubic symphysis. Straddle injuries are a common cause of anterior urethral injuries. Question 12. The styloid process of the ulna is an example of which type of epiphysis? A. Traction epiphysis. B. Pressure epiphysis. C. Atavistic epiphysis. D. Aberrant epiphysis. Correct answer. C. Atavistic epiphysis. Explanation. The styloid process of the ulna is considered an atavistic epiphysis because it represents a phylogenetic remnant of a separate bone found in ancestral species. Atavistic epiphyses are structures that were separate bones in evolutionary ancestors but have fused in humans. Question 13. In the context of Calit's triangle, which marked structure is most likely identified as? A. Cystic duct. B. Common bile duct. C. Right hepatic artery. D. Left hepatic artery. Correct answer. C. Right hepatic artery. Explanation. The right hepatic artery is a structure that can sometimes be found traversing Calit's triangle. While the cystic artery is the most commonly noted and surgically significant structure within this triangle, variations in anatomy may place the right hepatic artery in this region, making it important to recognize during procedures like cholecystectomy to avoid injury.